We are in awe.
Thank you, girls.
We're so excited.
Me too. I'm in awe of you. How to Witch Bitch. I love it.
The Witch of Moon's Lane presents
How to Witch Bitch.
Welcome to another episode of How to Witch Bitch. Michelle, the Witch of Moon's Lane. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, darling. How are you?
I'm quite well, thank you. Now, we have a very special guest today.
So excited.
We are excited, very excited. Now, this is someone from Australia's music history, really, in the 90s, Fiona Horne. Now, she started off as a musician and she was in Def FX, and I remember watching her perform, and she's so cool.
Yeah.
Everyone I knew had a crush on Fiona Horne. Now, she's also the first time I ever heard about witchcraft.
Yep.
Well, she is a white witch.
She's a legend.
One of the most respected witches in the world.
Yes.
So how on earth did we manage to get her? Who conned her into this?
Me, I
Good.
did. I conned her into it. I said, please come on the podcast.
No, she's done so much. She's actually even done, from Def FX, she's gone to, she's been on radio, she's been on TV. She's now a commercial pilot as well, which is fascinating.
Yeah. And a fire twirler.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yoga, all that kind of jazz. So we're going to have a chat with her. She's currently in Egypt.
Yeah.
So we look forward to chatting with Fiona.
Can't wait.
Well, here she is, the one and only Fiona Horne. Thank you so much for joining us. We are in awe.
Thank you, girls.
We're so excited.
Me too. I'm in awe of you. How to Witch Bitch. I love it.
Moira was like, how did she get her on? How did we get her on?
Well, I'm your first guest.
Yes,
you
It's
are.
like, I feel so chuffed. It's great.
Well, you are the
Thank
first
you.
person I ever heard about witchcraft. When I was growing up and I heard this white witch, Fiona Horne, who was also this amazing rocker, looked just fantastic, had all this energy. And I was like, how do you do that? Like, what is this? How do you go from being, I mean, the lead singer of a band, and it's such an awesome energy, that band as well. I think I saw you play a number of different times in the 90s. How do you go from that to being one of the world's most respected witches? Like,
an author.
Do you
Well, I
look
can
back
tell
at
you-
yourself?
Well, I have been looking back at myself lately because there's been some videos of me, I guess, trending on various platforms like Insta and TikTok, and it's been surprising me how much I look back and I go, wow, you know, it's a pretty huge life. I still feel like I'm having a huge life. But Def FX, we started in 91. You know, we did this electronica music before it was really a thing, you know, heavy dance or heavy guitars with dance music. And my lyrics were always quite witchy because that's just what I was into behind the scenes. It's what I've been doing in my life since I was a teenager. And now this is, you know, my early 20s, mid-early 20s. And so a lot of the lyrics were very witchy. Like there were songs like Spiral Dance with the chorus, the wise witch wove her dreams, spinning coiled ropes of silver that wound round the trees, and starry-eyed I'm spinning slowly, you know, liquid crystal pours out of me. I mean, I'm writing lyrics like that. But it was really, I never came out of the broom closet, as that phrase is often used now. And now it's problematic as well, apparently, because we've got to be very conscious of everything these days. So, but it was when the band broke up in 1997 that, and that was a traumatic thing. It wasn't a good thing. And, you know, out of great trauma and great loss can come great rebirths, you know, and I was very lucky. I was very good friends with Helen Razor, who was a wonderful DJ at the time on Triple J, and she's like really outspoken, feminist, great, hilarious comedian, brilliant woman. I was so excited that she was a close friend. And she just done a book with Mikey Robbins, 3 Beers and a Chinese Meal, her co-host on the Breakfast Show on Triple J. And her publisher, Jane Polfreeman, said, you know, Helen said, you should do a book, Fiona. And I was like, what would I do a book about? She goes, well, I know you're a witch. Everyone else should know you're a witch. I mean, why do you keep this stuff so quiet? And I said, well, I did say something in Rolling Stone, one of the last interviews with Def FX they did with me, saying I'm a witch who believes in positive and negative forces. I was like, well, that was deep. That was all that I mean, Rolling Stone as a witch. So when Jane met me and she said, a rock star writing a book about witchcraft, that might sell a few copies. Well, it did. It was a bestseller.
Wow.
And it launched a career for me, you know, as a writer on the subject for 30 years nearly now, and 18. Well, I mean, realistically, I think it's 16 books and 4 Oracle decks. I've honestly lost count. I think, or maybe it's 14 books, 4 Oracle decks. I've lost count. But I feel so blessed to still be published. And so, especially in the book form, like with actual stuff, like Magic of You, my first oracle deck, or I've just got a couple of them here, Dark Magic. I mean, I'm in Egypt where I live in Cairo now. I don't have all my stuff here, like all my books and that. I have a few little things, but it's like, I feel very lucky to just still be able to make an impact and a generational impact now, because I think, like you said, Maura, you were finding out about me back in the 90s, and I was your first thing you heard about witchcraft.
Yeah.
Well, other women like you stayed with me and read my books, like that teen witch book I did, Life's a Witch.
Yes.
And then they gifted that book to their teenage daughter or son or
Good.
non-binary child. And then I did a rework of it, Teen Magic, in 2020, I think Teen Magic came out, really updated it because there was no social media back then, and no, the different environmental situation in the world, and witches, we're always honouring nature as sacred, so being aware of what's going on with the environment, being conscious, treading lightly on the earth, we've been saying that since year dot. So a lot of that stuff was addressed in the teen book, and it was very topical. So I don't know, I just
great for baby witches,
finding
definitely.
out things. Yeah. So, and it's so yeah, that's how it happened. And then I guess I just live it, and I've lived it now for over 3 or 4 decades. I don't even know. Like, I mean, I'm 60 next year. I've identified as a witch consciously, knowing that that's the word that describes weird me since I was about maybe 18, to be honest.
And she's got a really good
then, but I
spell
didn't
book
know what
too.
it was.
And the spell book, the Lost Book of Spells, I found this really
Lost Book of
interesting.
Spells.
That you'd written this, so when you'd done radio with Richard Stubbs, who of course was another fantastic radio host back in the 90s, well, still is. Now, you were on the show with him, you'd do a spell, so you'd do it like what we do on our radio show.
In.
Yeah.
And people would call in for spells, and it was the most random things. Like when it was like, I want my football team to win on the weekend, and it was like it was like an AFL team, and so I said, okay, all the guys got to go and stand on, I don't know where it was like Port City Cliff or something, hold a red balloon. I wasn't thinking about pollution, it was very irresponsible of me. They all had to hold a red balloon on a string and say this incantation, and then let the balloons go, and as they flew up into the air, they all had to go run, there's energy, and they did, they won.
Woohoo! That's awesome.
So I mean, but then sometimes it was mothers ringing about problems with kids sleeping, or or many things, and those spells all got collated into my website, which I still have, FIONAHORNE.com. And it was a spell book on the website. And then look, that was a long time ago. That was like 2001, I think, or even 1999. I don't even know, 2000. So after a while, I redesigned the website, and the spell book went away, and then it was found, like someone who I'm really close with, another witch, he found it, and he said, I found it on the dark web. I said, what's that? He goes, well, it's just dark. He said, it's black, the screen's black, and then you got to highlight the screen, you got to kind of like run your cursor over it, and all the letters appear, and it's your spell book there. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, how cool is that?
I talked to my publisher, Lisa, amazing Lisa Hanrahan and Paul Dennett at Rockpool Publishing. I said, look, I think in all the books, I've actually never done a spell book. There's been spells, there's been rituals, but I've never actually done a dedicated spell book. So that's what Lost Book of Spells is. It's over 150 spells. Beautiful book, hardcover, amazing illustrations. It looks like a 16th century grimoire. It's so beautiful. Rockpool just kicked it out of the park with the design. And it came out in March this year, and it just sold out so quickly. And it's just sold out of its other reprint. I don't even know how many reprints it's had now. So again, I just feel really, wow, I'm still current,
Of course you are.
I feel blessed. I feel very blessed.
But I mean, that's a big thing, isn't it? That, when you first started, you were writing these books and writing this, and now, of course, it's all websites, and you've got TikTok, and you've got all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that as a witch, like adjusting to all the different things now that you have to be across? Like you said, the environment, everything, like everything that's changed.
She's just very authentic
You
and
just have
sticks
to
in her own
keep
lane,
up with
really.
it.
I think, and I think the thing is as well, I think, like what you say, TikTok, I'm not on TikTok, other than I just recently created an account there, it's got 2 posts, but I did get on TikTok back in during COVID times, when we were all just, like online all the time. And because I was curious about the platform, and I knew it was something that was so private and so difficult. Back in the the 90s and the early 2000s, I was on the front line. I mean, I'd go on TV, be asked about being a witch, and they'd say, "Oh, they'd have to ask me, do you worship Satan? Are you a good witch or a bad witch?" I mean, you go through all of that, and then you lose jobs because of it.
Yeah.
Like I was working in the entertainment industry. I was a television host. I wasn't just the witch. I had a long career in a number of different things. I hosted radio on Triple M for a long time. I did the Planet Rock Countdown. I did Homegrown, like the Aussie rock music show. Like, I mean, I had my job wasn't being a witch.
No.
But it became my job after, especially when I was really on the front line of talking about it in the public eye. So it astounds me that it's so popular now and it's so massive, because we all know that we used to just be the weirdos in the corner, like, or the kid on her own in the corner of the classroom with her back to everyone, or just getting out of class, getting down into the bush and doing some spells or something of her own volition or whatever. I mean, or hanging out with the other weirdos. And that was me. And now all of a sudden it's like, it's so massive. It's so massive. And so it's a bit overwhelming. So when I jumped on TikTok briefly during COVID and I did a couple of posts, I mean, I did a few, I maybe got 1,000 followers. I don't know.
That's
I haven't looked at the account for a while. Jumped on pretty quick. But I got really attacked too. There was something I did. I said, I was reading something from one of my books and trying to just do something positive, and I talked about nature. I said most witches these days, honor nature is sacred, and that's a fundamental core. We work with the elements, air, earth, fire, water, the fifth element being spirit. We will honor, depending on where we are in the world, we'll usually notice what the earth's doing, what the Sabbath it could be, like even a solitary witch that's not aligned with a particular type of witchcraft even would recognize some of these events, lunar events, solar events, equinox, stuff like that, And I got attacked like so massively. I don't even know why. Like I just got attacked. People were stitching me or whatever it is and giving me shit and all this stuff. No. And then a couple of I didn't care. I was just like, this is bizarre. Yeah. And then and I was surprised at the level of the anger, in it. At me, or at themselves, because generally when someone's mirror, someone's going to take someone else down, they're usually feeling pretty confronted about something in themselves. It's pretty standard psychology there. So anyway, I had some really amazing people stick up for me, some really high profile, well-known witches who hadn't just watched a few TikTok videos or read a couple of books and then all of a sudden gone viral and had 1 million followers. These are people who've been around for a while like me. And they said, don't you know who Fiona Horne is? She's the one that trod the boards for you, that gave you the freedom to even do this shit. Come on, give her a break. And then it kind of went away. But I lost the vibe on TikTok then, and I got but I love Instagram. I love my Instagram and Facebook kind of family. I have a Patreon community that I really love, that people can be a member of my Patreon community. And you know what Patreon is, like you can sign up. I do a reading every Sunday, self-care. I read my books out loud and talk about them, and it's like $5 a month Australian, $3 US to join Patreon. You do it through my website, FionaHorne.com, and all the money I raise there goes to animal rescue that I do here in Cairo. I rescue a family of animals, and I also work on street neutering programs for street animals for the Baladi dogs here, and also educating the community. I invest that money into the programs that educate the community on being kind to street animals and all that good stuff here in this big city of Egypt, Cairo, where the entire population of Australia is in the city. And that's where I am at the moment.
Yeah.
Because I
meet
do
me in
these
Cairo.
women's trips now.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's actually meet yourself in Egypt. These are the nourishing spiritual adventures that has been my calling and why I moved here. And I've got 14 women arriving, a lot of them from Australia, many from the US and Europe. Joining me on the 10th of October, we do 15 days of travel through Egypt. It's very much a curated, bespoke experience that I've put together. This will be the third one. So there was April and November last year. Quite a few ladies who came in November are returning now to join me in October. And the expansion, I call it, it's not a retreat, it's like an expansion. We're expanding, not retreating. We obviously have deep dives into the iconic places here in Egypt. Like I rent the Great Pyramids, so to speak, and I rent the Sphinx. I mean, we have them to ourselves. That's what you do. You rent them. I rent the Temple of Philae. I rent the Osiris. And then you have the spaces to yourself to do meditation and
love to
travel.
do that.
Women only, very safe, very supported. I really try to encourage the women to have a sense of sovereignty and autonomy in a supported environment, and to leave the roles that they play behind, like that someone's mother, someone's daughter, someone's sister, someone's boss, someone's employee. Just arrive in Egypt, meet yourself here. And it's been wonderful, and it was a calling. I had a really powerful, communication with an ancient Egyptian goddess that spoke to me in English conveniently back in 2020, when was it? 2023, and said, you need to do this. You need to put these experiences together in this way, take the women here and there, and write a book about it. I did all those things, and the women are coming, and it works. And I don't have any, I just put it on my socials. I just put up on Instagram, word of mouth, and the women that feel called to it come. And it's been amazing. It's been so beautiful. And I'm now offering Meet Yourself in Bali. I did 2 this year that also felt indicated and called for. And a lot of the women that came to Egypt came to Bali, and we're building a community. And next will be Meet Yourself in Transylvania, because I'm going to be going to Transylvania in in a week and a half, I think, for a week before I come back to Egypt, bouncing out, because I found out I've got ancestral lineage there, Ashkenazi Jew and possibly Roma Gypsy, and that will explain a lot of things about why I am the way I am. So anyway, I know I'm waffling on. Do you girls want to ask me anything? I've covered it all.
I think you've covered it all.
Thank you.
All right,
that was just fabulous.
To finish up, because it has been fantastic to meet you. And like you said, you're a trailblazer. You're one of the originals. You're someone who actually taught people my age about this witchcraft and everything like that. What's one thing that you would like to offer someone who, you said a while ago when we were talking, you figured out your witchcraft was around about 17, 18. Michelle, when we've talked about her as well, hers was a young thing as well. One thing that we love about our podcast is empowering young women.
That's what we like
and particularly,
to do.
like you said, not having them in the corner of the school, not being the weirdo, not being that, but actually knowing that there is positivity, there is light for them as well. So something, I guess, for our teenage witches, something that you've written the books, you've done all that, but what's one piece of advice you could offer them?
As he was saying that, I really sometimes, because I've offered readings, I use tarot and oracle. I've been doing readings for decades and decades. And I always trust when spirit comes through. Sometimes I always say that it's not like things come from me now. Often they come through me, and sometimes it's a bit of practical Fiona life experience advice in there. But spirit was talking so loudly when you said that, and I just felt this push through my heart. Just tell them to believe in themselves. Believe in themselves. They don't need to be looking outside to believe in a God or believe in something else. Believe in themselves, and that is the key. And honestly, I'm 1 year off 60 next year. What are these? I always say, our lives don't have a use-by date, and we don't have to grow older. We can grow better at living, and that's the biggest lesson I've learned. It might sound bizarre, but to believe in myself, that it's okay to have my opinions and to have my lessons and to make my mistakes. And a part of that is then when you make peace with that, then you're more open. You're less resentful, you're less resistant, you're more open to learning. You're like, my life's fucking amazing. I've got this opportunity to do this and to do this the best I can. And it's like a shield, but not to hold you away from things, but to to shine your light in a way. It's like a shining bright shield. If you have that sense of, because that was my biggest thing. I'll say this real quickly. Like I was saying, a lot of videos are going a bit viral of me, and there's some on my Instagram. People want to see me on Beauty and the Beast talking about witchcraft and the crone back in 1999. Check it out. Go to my Instagram at Captain Fifi. It's all there. And but it's I look back at that young woman and I go, my God, she's beautiful, wasn't she? I mean, I look at that in the aesthetic, just, because I remember how insecure I was, how bullied I was at school. And when you work in the public eye and the physical appearance is so much of I had record companies saying to me, "Oh, we'll sign the girl if she shaves the legs and shaves her armpits."
Oh, my gosh.
We'll sign the band if the girl. That's right. We'll sign the band if the girl shaves the legs and arms. I mean, it was always about the way I looked. Always. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And you're so insecure. And then I think of some of the dickheads that I went out with, some idiot guys that were just, oh my God, because I had no sense of self-worth at all.
Yeah.
At all. And I think we live in an extraordinary time where the pressures on young people are really ever more insidious. We kind of give them this show that they've got all this support and they've got all this empowerment, but do they really? I mean, kids are forced to grow up so quickly and they're just living on the screens and and that's one of the beautiful things about witchcraft. Witchcraft is a slow craft. It's like, slow down. Light a candle. Go and pick some herbs.
Hug a tree.
Even. Hug a tree. Exactly. Hug a tree. I saw a beautiful video last night of a 101-year-old man hugging a tree. And just saying how much he loved it. He's an artist and he was 101 years old and he used to paint and draw the trees and now he hugs them because he can't paint anymore. So beautiful. Anyway, but it's believe in yourself. And that's not as euphemistic or as general as it might sound. Meditate on that. What does it mean? What does it mean? And then as a witch, what does it mean? If I believe in myself, trust your intuition, trust what you're called to, trust your elders, trust your teachers, trust those of us who have been around for a while. And I know there's a lot of Fruit Loop stuff out there, especially in TikTok. Maybe think about that. Would it be a good idea to maybe take a break from the online world and get out into nature, plant your feet in the earth and let Mother Earth, let the great goddess speak to you? One thing I'll say real quick, because I know we've got 1 minute literally counting down. If I get questions from girls, sometimes it's like, and anyone, girls, boys, non-binaries, all of it, I get like this thing, how do I know that I'm, if I'm doing the readings or I feel like I got a message from a god or a goddess or a message, how do I know it's not just me making it up and imagining it? And that's where you just have to believe in yourself. You have to, and I have been saying this for 30 years. It's in my first book published in 1998, Witch, A Personal Journey. Is that over 30 years? I don't even know. Be prepared.
Just around the corner.
Around the corner. Be prepared to suspend cynicism, fear and doubt and allow something extraordinary to happen.
Brilliant.
And that means believe in yourself, believe in your right to live a magical life, to have extraordinary experiences. And this is what I offer when the women travel with me. I really try to create a space for them to just find out how fucking amazing they are and to just have the best time ever in an extraordinary place like Egypt or Bali or Transylvania. And yes, we do ceremony. Yes, we do ritual. Yes, we do what they feel like doing with me. I offer all this stuff and see how it flows with them, and they have the right to say no. They have the right to say yes because they believe in themselves.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's what I would say.
Much. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Fiona. It's been an absolute honour to talk to you. Michelle and I have been fangirling through the entire thing. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, girls.
Thank you.
Love the show. I'll be tuning in.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Let's check the stars. So, Aries, this week calls for your patience and diplomacy.
Oh, my God. Diplomacy. Beautiful. No diplomacy.
Okay, you ready? Let's do that one again.
No, leave that
ding,
in.
Ding, ding, ding. They're all going to start laughing. I can't get my shit together.
No shit. Diplomacy.
Oh, shit. No, this is not going to be good. Alrighty. Aries, this week's I can't do it.
Yes, you can.
Okay,
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you do it.
I'll start reading it.
Yeah, you start.
All right.
Diplomacy.
There you go. Aries, this week calls for patience and diplomacy, especially in work-related matters. No, okay.
Diplomacy.
Use your energy to foster cooperation and build alliances. All right, back to Michelle.
Okay, back to me. Alrighty. Taurus, there's a strong focus on finances and stability. It's a great time to plan your budget and make sensible decisions regarding your investments. Gemini, new experiences and intellectual pursuits are highlighted. Engage in conversations that broaden your perspective and tap into your curiosity. Cancer, emotional connections deepen this week. Spend quality time with loved ones and allow yourself to be valuable and open-hearted. Leo, your focus turns to health and wellness. Implement positive lifestyle changes and take some time for self-care and relaxation. Virgo, creative energies are flowing, so dive into projects that allow you to express your artistic side and showcase your talents. Libra, home is where the heart is this week. Reorganize your living space and create a sanctuary that reflects your personal style. Scorpio, this week is vibrant with communication. Share your thoughts, engage in meaningful discussions, and be open for learning from others. Sagittarius, financial matters require your attention. Review your spending habits and consider long-term strategies for growing your resources. Capricorn, a renewed sense of confidence propels you forward. Take the lead in initiatives and embrace opportunities to shine in your personal and professional life. Aquarius, reflect your inner desires and dreams. Solitude can bring clarity, so take time for introspective and mindfulness. Pisces, social activities and community engagements are very fulfilling, so surround yourself with supportive people and foster friendships that lift you up. And they are the stars for the week.
Are they? Yes.
They are.
Okay, beautiful. That was very, very special.
Special people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, next week we want to do, actually, we'd love to hear from anyone who has a near-death experience.
There's a death to those stars, I can tell
well,
you.
Yes, just like those stars, how close they got to burning out. No, we actually would really love to hear from anyone who would like to share their story of near-death experiences,
that'd be cool.
different as well. Make sure that you send us a comment, write us a message, do all that kind of jazz. That'd be fantastic, and we'll get in contact with you. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on.
Woodwork Podcasts.